Jim, you want to lead us off, please?
Coach, a ton of fight again tonight, especially out of the locker room in that third quarter. Where did it slip away at the end of the fourth?
Well, I mean, we had we had turnovers, and really the key thing in the game tonight to me was they had 19 block shots. I don't know how often you see that. I mean, we were going at the basket, and they were just blocking everything. So that was very difficult. But our guys did fight and stay in it, and they've done that all year. You guys know that. So it's never a problem with that. I didn't think we played very well in the first half defensively, but in the second half, particularly in the third quarter, we really got into them and played hard and well.
Obviously, the goal is W's, but nonetheless, your young guys are getting some really meaningful minutes right now down the stretch. How does that bode? What does that do for your squad, hopefully in the future going forward?
I'm not right now, Jen. I mean, I'm sure it's a great question right now. I just don't really have. That's not my concern right now. Is what it will do in the future. I'm concerned about. I was concerned about tonight. Now I'm concerned about Dallas. That's as far into the future as I'm interested in at this point.
Coach, early in that fourth, they were able to get into the paint. They started making those floaters. They were 8 for 9 with those little 7 to 10 footers, and that was really the turnaround in that ball game.
Yeah, I mean, they destroyed us in the paint tonight anyway. I mean, they 66 points in the paint and 27 times to the line. I mean, we just couldn't keep them out of the paint, and that was the problem tonight on the defensive end of the floor.
You mentioned the 19 block shots, and again, they do so many things well. Did the block shot situation even come into the conversation? I mean, Valanciunas is good, but they had a bunch of guys with at least 4.
Yeah, I mean, listen. So there's 19 block shots of our 91 shots. So think about that. We're 45 for 72 on the shots they didn't block. I mean. They did a great job protecting the basket. We got 9 more shots in the paint than they did and made 7 fewer. So I thought that was the key to the game. The turnovers are even. The rebounding's basically even. I thought our guys fought hard there. I mean, we made 1 more 3 than they did. I mean, it was a pretty even game. I thought the difference was the paint both ways. We didn't stop them in the paint. They did stop us in the paint. I thought that was the difference.
A lot of confident shots from Nikhil tonight. What did you just think about his outing?
Oh, he played well. I mean, he played well. I wish I could have played him more, especially on the second night of a back-to-back. But I played him right to his limit, and I thought he did a good job. Obviously, I mean, he's a good offensive player. He can really score the ball, and he does a pretty good job guarding the ball defensively.
Yeah, and speaking of confident shots, Jackson Hayes has three-pointers tonight. How impressive has it been just to see how comfortable he looks, taking some of these shots, out there on the perimeter?
Yeah, I mean, usually he'll shoot 1 in a game. To go 3 for 3, I mean, I don't know what to tell you, But Jackson's playing hard. He didn't rebound the ball as well tonight. I think a little bit tired. But he's playing hard and well.
In the few times you've had the practice this year, is Jackson has he shot the 3, or is this just something that just happened in the game?
Yeah, he shoots them every day with Darnell Lazar. He shoots them every day. So I do see him shooting them in the gym. Yeah.
Mujan, go ahead.
You mentioned tired. On the second night of a back-to-back, a lot of guys who weren't used to playing a ton of minutes. Did just fatigue play a role on your side, you think?
I mean, it's the NBA. You get those things all the time. So, I'm going to say that's just part of the NBA. And, Jackson was – but I was just saying with Jackson in particular, he played with such unbelievable energy last night. I don't think he had quite the same – lift getting up on the boards, plus he was on a big, strong dude down there. It was a little bit tougher tonight, but, I'm happy as hell with the way he played. And listen, our guys are fighting hard. They're not quitting in games. I know you guys are at halftime. You're writing the story 3 straight nights, ready to write. Like, finally, they just let go of the rope. They let it go. And nope, here we come again. So it's a group that has been fighting. And I've said all along, right? I mean, it just, all these games come down to whether or not we play well enough. It's not going to have anything to do with guys not being ready or guys not giving an effort or any of that. I mean, it's just whether we play well enough. And in 2 of these 3 games, we just, we haven't made quite enough shots. I mean, we've been a couple of possessions away from winning a game. So, I thought really key play down the stretch was the turnover to the clear path foul. Even though he only makes 1 free throw, the fact they get it back, it's time and everything else. So I thought that was key. But we had some chances, and we just weren't able to quite get it done.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate your time.
Yeah.